Hello, my name is Major Cottrell Davis. I'm the warden of the Lafourche Parish Correctional Complex. I want to welcome you to this glorious event, our first annual Poetry Day. You're going to hear some wonderful poetry coming from the heart, and I hope you enjoy it.
My name is Tyrone Weber, aka Misunderstood. You can find me on YouTube, Black Art at its Finest. Misunderstood. This piece right here is called Touchscreen. Introducing the new Apple Complete with multi-touch and volume control. Doesn't it feel good to touch? Doesn't it feel good to touch? Doesn't it feel good to touch? My world is so digital, I have forgotten what that feels like. It used to be hard to connect when friends formed cliques, but it's even more difficult to connect now that cliques form friends. But who am I to judge? I face Facebook more than books face me, hoping to book face-to-face someday, so I update my status. 420 spaces to prove that I am still breathing. Failure to do this daily means my whole wide world will forget that I exist. But with 3,000 friends online, only 5 I can count on in real life. So why wouldn't I want to spend more time in the world where there are more people that like me? Didn't you hear? It doesn't matter if I'm an amateur person as long as I have a profile. My smile is 50% genuine and 50% genuine HD. You would need Blu-rays to read the whites of my teeth, but I'm not that focused. 10 tabs open, hoping my problems can be resolved with a 1600 by 1700 revolution. This is a problem with this evolution. Doubled over. We used to sit in treetops till someone swung down, slipped the disc. Now we're doubled over at desktops. From the Garden of Eden to the branches of Macintosh, apple picking has always come at a great cost. iPod, iMac, iPhone, iChat. I can do all of these things without making eye contact. You would think these headphone jacks connect in the flesh the way that we connect, that disconnects power on. Now we are powerless. They got us love drug like e-pills, so now we e-trade, email, emotions like e-commerce, because now money can buy love for $9.95 a month. Click to proceed to the checkout. Click to X out where our hearts once loved. Click. So now when my phone goes off on my hip, I touch, and I touch. Because in a world where there's no laughter and voices are only heard, I hope the technologics of the universe can reverse technology, and one day it will reverse itself when technology is advanced enough to make us human again. This piece is titled My Mama. Those of you who still have your mama, she should be your A1 from day one. My mama used to tell me things like manners will take you where money won't. And with that, I dedicate this piece to my mama. When I had scrapes on my knees, mama could heal it. And I ain't got to say nothing about something when something is wrong, because mama could feel it. On nights when I was gone or far away from home, see, my mama knew how to pray, but big mama know how to moan. And I had to be her love child. At least this is what I'm going to say. If my sister was at home tripping, Mr. Tyrone could say what he want to say. Whether the rotophone at home worked. See, the teacher didn't have to call home because she knew I had homework. Or whether I went lost and just hid my report cards, she was hit you from Mars and make you see stars. My mama, her female instincts left huge imprints. Because when the food banks didn't have our backs, I watched her make gourmet meals from our leftover scraps. And she loved my daddy and married her husband. She was literally our Harriet Tubman, who made beautiful paths and the most beautiful face that a woman could have, my mama. And boy, she wore that house coat like a cape. You might think she a superhero, but I'ma call her mama. She was always there to save the day. Her melancholic is so melodic, and she loved everybody with everything in her body. And Sunday school was her golden rule. You better treat everybody like you want them to treat you. Nothing is confusing. You got a brain, you better use it. See, she would die for me. My daddy was cool, but she my feminine side, and I wanted her to cry for me. Whether she a crackhead or a prostitute, a doctor or adopted you. Nobody is more beautiful than your mama. This piece is called Unapologetically Black. I wrote this for my Black Lives Matter movement. My vernacular is accurate, exceedingly arrogant, especially when my demographics navigates and finds an advocate. You can have it back. When we inhabit this habitat with images vomiting of being conglomerate and pampered with the wise walking in pampers with rhetoric and scandals bleeding through my canvas and the burning wax just receding from my candles. Let's have a moment of silence for Sandra Bland's family. I can't breathe because George Floyd's juices flowed pain through his acoustic soul. I just wanted to taste the rainbow. What a sad truth. For Trayvon with his Gatorade screaming, don't shoot. Got me afraid of handcuffs. Afraid I'm gonna die if I put my hands up. Or what? What if I feared life? Would there still be breath in the body of Tamir Rice? Because justice lies when they inject us with lies. Because all I hear is Breonna Taylor's erupted cries and the organic chantings of broken semantics, breathing intoxicants and screaming for oxygen. For every unborn child that will never get to walk it, for every artist that cover walls in black targets, my hands bleed from chiseling poems into sidewalks. I can't breathe, Stephon Clark, because traffic stops is murder when passing cops, and these dudes out y'all worried about having ops. For real, we spinning wheels, missing years of Emmett Till. God forbid, not even killed Andre Hill, and got us praying for somebody to provide us hope when they done killed every color in my kaleidoscope, from cotton and cornfields, Maya Hall being shot, to Janisha Farmville. Am I on a carousel with debt? Cause every intersection I feel parallel with debt. Or they changing the stages, or really changing the faces of Angela Davis. Cause out here, murder is fertile. Life is and I'm trapped under her girdle. We went from cocaine to meth labs, different time zones to being jet lagged. And if Betty could hear Malcolm, history wouldn't be rolled backwards. Sincere Piers and Elton wouldn't be caught in a rapture, and nobody would be laughing. But I'm intoxicated with bad nerves, hydroplaning with adverbs. Like they immortally targeted when they finally see chocolate, when they know my origin is darker than coffee, ticking me off with pale faces of Jesus with his thin curls. They would even lie to themselves. Like I've induced bad vitamins and somebody silenced them and stole off with Freddie Gray and Chad Robinson. Now somebody momming them is emotionally shattered. Is this my thesis of why Black Lives Matter? Because all blacks now racist. We done maxed out patience for familiar faces with chameleon faces. Panicking, walking among marshes and mannequins. God help us understand again for Tanisha Anderson. Because when it hit home, Corey Truxilla was mentally damaging. Another moment of silence. A moment of silence because the pandemic left us broken and jobless in a world full of problems. Unlike the pastor's choir, when you pass the fire, there will be no pacifiers, all passive liars who burn like ether in acid fires. Even the better you couldn't bring us back Betty Boop. Now my contents are flammable, so I wrote you a manual, because black lives do matter. From my cornrows to my cuticles, this black is so beautiful. Almost as if these words gave birth to sex, with past birth effects with no adverse effects. And it's not irrelevant that my melanin is blinging off my skin tone. This is real life. You don't get to change the ringtone. Wish I could trade places with, and you'd give us back patience, because she was only a baby who never got to make it. But another bottom scheme for bottom Jean. And even if I can't, I still got to breathe. On every corner is an Eric Garner. And if his story gets told before his body gets cold, it still left us walking out here with a bulletproof soul. And every name that was never mentioned, we at war. And I love all y'all till we see heaven's black doors. But what we got to apologize for being black for.
Hi, my name is Romalik Nash, and my poem is called The Son of God, S-U-N. The Egyptian, illuminated with brightness, in line with the stars, empowered with strength and endurance, the civilized of civilization, the greatness of the great migration, the founding fathers of the founded, the biologist, the chemist, the astrologist, the mathematician, the magician, the worker of tools, the first and the last. Stand still, Son of God, be conscious. Thank you. My next poem is called Solomon's Temple, because the body is the temple of God. Be wise, be vigilant, be bright, be united, not divided, not tired, not weak. Be meek, be inheritive, be humble, not loud, not deceiving, not angry. Be loving, be godly, be glorified. Thank you.
My name is Kerry Petrie, and I dedicate this to my struggle with addiction. From the time you grabbed me, you had me. The intoxication of being intoxicated. The pain of love pouring through my veins. Wanting to pull away, but I can't. Wanting to leave you, but I can't. Because love is too intense. To love myself enough to leave you. There's a thin line of being confused and being consumed. Because from the time you grabbed me, you had me. My addiction. Thank you.
I wrote this poem for my son. My name's Dustin Becker. Beautiful beyond all compare, angelic the way the light shines upon his hair. You stole my breath before you ever took your first breath of air. I will make you proud, my precious boy, my soul, my heir. Days to weeks to months, the pain beyond all compare, but necessary. My thinking was toxic and needed repair before a healthy life you and I could share. So be patient, son, 'cause soon your father will be there, and we'll enjoy our time without a care. Not one in the world, nor a thought of the past, thinking only of the days to come and the good times we shall pass. Months to weeks to days, we're almost through. Have patience, son. I know our reunion is long overdue.
My name is Trevor Sherman, and my poem is pretty much about life experience and what I believe to be the truth, and the title of the poem is The Truth. This is my letter to you. Hello, my brothers and sisters. In this time of seemingly chaos and confusion, it can be assumed justifiable to feel confronted by the alluring conflict that we feel all around us. However, if we can collectively come together and learn how to cooperate with not only each other, but the universe and God as well, we can begin to unveil the mask of the illusions that have fooled us for thousands of years. We can unite as one for love, which is our true destiny. As we journey through this experience we call life, we must come to agree that we all have the same purpose, which is to learn and then teach love. This is our purpose. We all have the same goal, which is peace of mind. We all want to be able to know and feel that everything is okay. Nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. Our missions are genuine and unique. For our learning experience and interaction with each other, wherein lies our individual tasks, from the child born with leukemia to the grandmothers praying at home for us to find ourselves and become the righteous creatures, enlightened to our higher sense of being, just like we were created to do. As we open our hearts, minds, and souls to realize this is all about an experience and lesson of how to learn and teach love, we will begin to evolve to the next level of human existence. Spectacular events will begin to take place in all of our lives. There are truly no mistakes or sin, simply errors we have made we need to correct. You wouldn't scream at a child or punish him for not knowing how to drive or do calculus, nor does God punish us for anything we do. He loves us unconditionally. It may take millions of lifetimes to graduate to our ultimate self, for we are eternal, just like He made us. There is only one way. The only way is one. Peace, love, unity, the true blessed Trinity.
My name is Lamont Johnson, poem about being black in America. America, America, the beautiful home of the thief, built by the slaves, stolen from the braves. Planted seeds of blood, sweat, and tears have passed along generational disgraces. One nation built on the backs of black, and we still suffer from neglect. From Toby to COVID, some things have managed to change, but the United States of capitalism, which I remain, still finds ways of dumbing down our seas. Through musical manipulation and mass incarceration, our ancestors used to get hung for petty crime. These days, we got numb from doing time, and undercover racists we're forced to face on a daily basis, enough to make a grown man cry. Yet every day we must ride just to see freedom isn't free in this land, in this country built for you and me.
My name is Travis Nora. My poem is The American Way. Everybody talking about the police killing us, but we killing each other. How about we stand together, no matter the weather? It shouldn't matter if this guy has gold teeth or dreads. It shouldn't matter if she has blonde hair or blue eyes. We're all the same deep inside. So much pain in my eyes that you could see my tears bleeding. America's falling apart. COVID got people leaving. It shouldn't matter if he has a badge and I have a DOC number. We are still equal. He had his knee on his neck till he stopped breathing. So many thoughts in my head, thoughts of getting even. But if I kill, I get life. So you tell me what's the reason. The real American way is to do what's right, not wrong. Tell me why they could kill people of color and still end up going home. So united we stand and divided we fall. God, please just help us all.
Hello, my name is Wade Pardue, and this poetry reading is in dedication to Black History Month. In regards to that, I just want to say that being different in race, skin color, culture, and creed is what makes this world beautiful and interesting, and each person unique. As long as we treat one another with consideration, kindness, and dignity, our differences shouldn't matter. Be proud of who God created you to be. I call this poem Looking Glasses. It's about the passengers I believe that we carry within us sometimes. There's a portal that exists between what's real and what's a lie, that the living pour the dead into to see out through their eyes. A billion looking glasses, mortal years, reviews of endless past. Deja vu from the decisions we decided in the past. Feel the chills run down your spine from something deep you thought about. You'll see the forest for the trees when what's within becomes without. Begin the journey, stars beside your name for progress toward bliss. Rewind the tape, erase the memories of those who once existed. On different planes and parallels where principalities preside, who hand the million down to man when it's the worm that never dies. So crown the king. Our rulers search deep for the bloodlines in the mud, to find the conquerors of all forever lived but never were. This is the curse of the immortal. We are the lock, they are the key. Behind the door locked in with death, so we'll be forced to interbreed. If we could tell them the looking glasses they're looking through are full of tears that blur the view and cloud the judgments, maybe the worm will disappear. The angels all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm. This play is a tragedy, man, and this hero to conquer a worm. To the republic in which we stand in one nation that's under someone who's hiding, pulling levers behind the curtain. A vision walks within the twilight until the spiral comes to take us into a hungry darkness that continues on into a matrix. Sit in chairs in front of TV screens with all of the believers until a hand comes through the static to pull us in through the receivers. Ride the lightning or the morning stars unless you've been restricted by other powers who projected holograms you thought were tickets. Wicked witches sprayed with water becoming puddles on the floor that merge with tears from all the angels and flow beneath the exit door. When things are ending, teeth devour through our conclusions like invasions to pull our bodies, minds, and spirits all apart and separate them. Behold the serpent near the tree, so full of knowledge, giving speeches, who tells us that we'll still be conscious when we're in a million pieces. Will the vibration of the atoms in our body still transmit, or will the frequencies grow silent, terminate, and just forget? Forgotten souls who sail the sea of space in ships made of wormwood until they're cast down to the earth to turn the rivers into blood.
Hello, my name is Julie Moriarty, and this is an original work entitled Spiral. It's about my addiction. Here we go. You make me sick, you think you're slick, this time it ticks. I've got this gift to let it rip and make stuff flip. I've got the power of the flower to devour your soul. My only goal to gain control, become a whole, life takes its toll. I am bionic, supersonic, iconic, ironic, anti-demonic. All that I seek is the wisdom to speak. As one of the meek, life looks bleak, take a peek at my technique. I don't know why I get so high. I'll sing you a lullaby. I need an alibi. I've seen death, I've seen pain, I've seen loss, I've seen gain. I'm a warrior, I like to say. I fight myself every day. I get on my knees, start to pray. Please, Lord, show me the way. We rise, we fall, we stumble, we crawl. I give it my all. I've lost it all. I will subjugate to alleviate. Let me demonstrate my afflicted fate. I don't know why I get so high. I'll sing you a lullaby. I need an alibi. I cry, I plead, please feed my need. This is getting too real. I'm starting to feel. Please help me, I'm done. This is no longer fun. All-knowing, divine, please send me a sign in the form of a line. No, I'm desperate, I need respite, but I can't quit, I'm unfit. I need you, Father, I need you, your Son. I can't run anymore. Please help me, Lord, I'm done. This is an original work entitled Story. It's about my story by myself, Julie Moriarty, and here it goes. Let me tell you a little about myself. It's a story you won't find in a book or on any shelf. Let me tell you a story about my dreams. They're simple, really, not like it would seem. I want love, I want family, I want truth, not calamity. Let me tell you a story about my past. Once innocent, then broken, self-proclaimed outcast. I've had trials, I've had tribulations, I've had loss, overwhelmed by manipulations. Let me tell you a story about my present. Incarceration has me humbled like the lowest of peasants. I've got a bed, I've got no greed. I've got myself and everything I need. Let me tell you a story about what the future holds. Hope has replaced despair. Once broken, now I'm bold. I'll have love, I'll have family, I'll live in truth, not calamity. My story is not over, it has just begun. Let me end this poem with myself in sum. Do you need any clarity on the rarity of a heart full of charity? It ain't about popularity or my dual polarity. It's the sincerity and the hilarity of the one and only Julie Moriarty.
My name is Kimberly Crosby, and my poem is about the mental changes of kind of being here. It says, I used to live in an illusion, my mind clouded with anger and confusion, addicted to meth and the lifestyle of barely even human. Although I am here, I am free. Ah, the irony. I can finally heal. I truly can feel. I'm no longer paranoid or simply afraid of who I can be. Thanks to God, I have clarity, love, and support of my family. Now it's time to pay for my intrusion. I rid my demons in a solitary inclusion. LPCC won't have the best of me. I hate meth. I love Kimberly Crosby.
My name is Chanel Thompson, and my poem is about life being a challenge. Life is a challenge. We all have to manage. Make decisions wisely. Don't worry about asking who's proud of me. Make sure you maintain even when things go left and don't remain the same. Keep thinking positive. You think negative, you get nothing out of it. Life is a challenge. Work hard and make things happen. Don't get caught up lacking. Can't be conceited if you don't have a reason. Look at life from all angles. It has a true meaning. Life is beautiful. It doesn't come like the season. Life is a challenge. We have all sides that's been broken into pieces. You just hold your head up high. We're not living in sequence. We're living in a world we can't get any peace in, and that's why we should fight for what we believe in. Life is a challenge. You may have punches come your way. Remember, your life is worth fighting for any day. So don't just give up without thinking twice. You're blessed to be here because God gave you life. Fight all you can fight, be all that you can be, and know you're worth it because no one can judge you and me. Life is a challenge.
My name is Autumn Adams, and my poem is about time for change. We live in a world that's full of hate. All we can do is keep the faith. My brothers and sisters, can y'all relate? We all bleed the same. We need to help each other. It's time for change. Teenagers are killing each other, doing crimes because of no mother. Fathers are busy in the streets being thugs, but failing to show their own children love. The law criticizes you when you're wrong. I feel like we're guilty till proven innocent. What is really going on? We live in a world full of hate. I know some of y'all can relate. People are busy judging other people's lives when they should be role models trying to inspire. We shouldn't live in a world of hate. When you see a cop, know how to respond. With that being said, keep George Floyd in mind.
Good afternoon. Hello, my name is Crystal Botella Blanc. I am a mother of 4, a grandmother of 2, and I recently have been going through some changes while here at LPCC, so I wrote a poem for my family to hear from me, and it's called Through a Child's Eyes. What do you see through a child's eyes? The most beautiful things that a child wants to know for his future to grow. They keep it forever in their soul. They learn the most a child learns in the first 5 years of his life. Forever kept, forever shed, through the mother's tears in her life. Through a child's eyes you see pure things, no evil, no wicked, only great things. Through a child's eyes they see a mother and a father together become a family forever. Through a child's eyes they see themselves as children see while they grow. But through a father and mother's eyes, looking at their child, they see themselves knowing most of all what they have done.
Hi, my name is Michelle Alonzo, and I'm going to read my poem. It's about Blessed, it's called, and this is about how you never give up on yourself. I've been through the worst crisis, unbearable pain, making me feel lifeless. Chemotherapy, pain medication, radiation, but that was my motivation. Lost all the blood inside of me and given 4 units of blood to keep me breathing. I could be dead and gone, but in God I trust, so I held on. I'm blessed to be here today, but it doesn't stop there. I have more to say. I went through 4 surgeries that was also urgent. The doctor cut my main nerve in my legs to my back. That caused me to be paralyzed just like that. Now I'm paralyzed from waist down. I thought I'd be lost, never to be found. But that was just for a moment because I was determined to walk on my own again. Bumps and bruises, I thought I couldn't do it. Fell down and got back up. In my mind, I was going to walk no matter what. I prayed to God so many times, waiting patiently for him to hear my cry. Now I can finally say I'm more than blessed because I'm walking today.
My name is Destiny Vito and my poem is about my life. Hands of time, trying to come up fast, not knowing teenage days won't last. Coming up with no love from my mother only made me selfish to others. Being a daddy's girl is my world, but I needed my mother like she needed hers. I helped raise my brother, giving him love and protection, and I was only a child looking for the both of them. I was a girl filled with resentment, but no one knew because I hid it. Turning to drugs and wannabe thugs only hurt me. Now I'm somewheres I don't want to be. I quit school not knowing there's so much in life to lose. Now I feel like I have a point to prove. I made mistakes, but I'm getting wiser every day. Only God can judge me anyway. I'll continue to make good decisions and be a perfect role model to anyone who looks at me. This is the beginning, there is no end, because the sky is the limit. All you have to do is believe and be committed. If I can turn back the hand of time, I would, but you live and you learn, so I'm good.
My name is Mary Taylor. This is a poem about my life and how it changed. As I sit here with locks, chains, and security guards, I look back as coming up as a little girl. It was never my dream to live behind these walls. It goes back to a drunken mom and dad on the run to keep us safe. What other choices did they have? Living in a house with no lights, no water, only having each other. Now I lay here frozen in my bunk, praying the Lord takes my family's pain away. See, my mom died when I was 18 and 3 other brothers have passed on. Then dad got sick. I was battling with the streets to keep the money coming in, and dad safe. What other choices did I have? Living life on the run, hiding behind bushes, even taught my dogs how to lead the cops away. Now I lay here behind these walls, and I want to thank God for his goodness and grace. I need to thank everyone in this place. I haven't been the easiest or nicest person to deal with, but every one of you have taken the time to teach me how to become a lady. Y'all have broken me down and molded me back to life and shown me what life is truly about. I ask that y'all stand beside me and my husband to be, if it's all possible, to give me away before my father's dying day.
I'm Ashley Boudreau. My poem's about me. I often sit here and wonder, why me? Why does everything happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? I sit here and blame everyone else for my actions, when truth is I have no one to blame but myself. I often wonder, had my father would have been here if things would have been different. That will go unknown. Truth is, instead of spending all my time wondering why me, I need to spend more time wondering how my son can be grateful to have a parent like me so he don't have to wonder why me.
My name is Jasmine Bouvier, and my poem is about my dad. The last words I told you were I hate you and I never want to see you again. But Daddy, I was just a little girl and I need you to understand I didn't mean it. When I ran around that corner and saw you with a needle in your hand, I could have swore you ripped my heart out. Little did I know, 2 weeks later, that's exactly what you do. I have blamed myself every day since. I thought I needed you, Daddy, but it turns out maybe you needed me more. I was only 8 years old, and I'm sorry I didn't understand. You were fighting demons I could never comprehend. I should have never left your house that day. I should have never said what I said. If I'd have been better, known better, maybe you'd still be here. Bubby and I were supposed to be with you that weekend. Mommy said you called, but still, I was still so hurt, Daddy, so I went to Auntie's house instead. The next day when Auntie's phone rang, I could see in her eyes something was wrong. All she says was, get in the car, I have to take y'all home. I saw her tears falling the whole way. When we walked through the door, Mommy was crying like someone had died. She dropped to her knees and we ran to your arms. It was you, Daddy. I wish I could go back and take that gun out your hand. I couldn't believe it when she whispered, Daddy's gone.
My name is Megan Landry, and this is my poem, Lost. Stranded in the desert, lost at sea, searching but could never find a path to set me free. Eyes were blinded, hands are binded, tunnel vision, no sound of mind, stuck in a world with endless amount of time. Am I coming or going? I can't tell. I hit the brakes and put the drugs on the shelf. Still the poison runs through my veins. When will I ever escape this everlasting pain? I have to gain, tired of taking losses and being crossed by the ones I love. Living in a world where all they do is judge. It's the way of the world, and that's a fact. Whatever you think is what you'll attract. And the rest can fall back because it's all about the grind. Money, power, respect is at the very top of my mind. Never outshine the master or show them your hand. Never doubt yourself or be afraid to take a stand. I've had to learn the hard way for many, many years. The one thing that controlled me turned out to be my fears. My mind is abroad, an ongoing race, picking things apart, then putting them back in place. I'm torn in between what's right and what's wrong, maybe because I've been doing this for so long. Now the ball's in my court. Do I pass it or take my shot? Before the buzzer goes off, I'll give it everything I've got.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Crosby, and my poem is entitled My Life. My story's not over yet, it's only just begun, like a song not fully sung. Jails and institutions, it was a house that gave me grace. This is the start line of my unfinished race. It starts with God, a program, and one big book. An AA meeting is all it took. A solid foundation starts my creation. No more temptation, only these great sensations. 15 years of my life on ice, it took away everything, it was nothing nice. Everything I'm going through is exactly what I asked for. This is my last chance, there will be no more.
My name is Letitia Anderson. I'm going to read my poem. The name of my poem is the number 8. Number 1, the beauty of life is to the servants good. Touch to one another habit. Beauty, loving, love is hood. Important body, minds, precious hearts and body, soul. City, country, town, girls and boys, family, artists, gold. Lessons, promises, the right ways to learn. 8 questions and answers, named measures to turn. May beginnings, keeps and stays. Wonderful, count, where's the way? Number 5, growing, circumstanced, pleasure me, pleasure you. Need thousands of cubics, the perfect seed. Number 6, toys for tots, doubtful knots. You are my guy, I am your lady. I do, and I'll tie that knot. Number 7, celebration cake and mate, kisses and hugs, touches and relations of, don't be late. Number 8, doors, 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 not ever locked, of our everlasting love, cutest pairs of socks.
I'm Captain Carla Beck, Director of Programming and Reentry at the Lafourche Parish Correctional Complex. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this poetry presentation. It means the world to the men and women of our facility.